but Romeback of DFS Greatness. How everyone doing out there, man? I'm here to give you great lineups, great picks. Let's have a great night, man. 13 game slate for Sunday, man. Like my page, subscribe to my channel. I'm just going to be here to give you guys 5 picks, man, and good lineups. Let's get to it. Break down each position. I'm gonna give you plays that I think will help you guys out. A bit of the cash and lineups to get to the green line, man. Let's get to it. At the quarterback position, the top game of the day is Baltimore against Kansas City. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes are both in fantastic matchups. Both should be able to produce fantasy wise. Teams do not have good defenses. Kansas City defense is better than last year, and you got the Baltimore Ravens defense is mediocre. So both of you guys will go out and have a good game. You got New England against the Jets. 6,600. If you want to go the route with Tom Brady, he's out there, but there's a blowout potential. Tom Brady might not play the second half because New York Jets is terrible. And the quarterback that I do have a lot of interest in is Dak Prescott going against Miami at 6,500 price tag. Miami, they look like a high school team out there playing terrible, really don't care. They tanking, trade to have their players, and they don't give a care about winning. And and the guys I do like Russell Wilson going against New Orleans Saints. Russell Wilson against New Orleans, they surrender over 200 passing yards a game and also 25 fantasy points a game. Russell Wilson a fantastic matchup. Seattle look good. West Wilson look healthy, so they're playing pretty good. And this guy right here, man, Josh Allen. Man, this guy been playing like crazy, man. 6 rushing touchdowns last 6 games at the 5,900 price tag. He's getting about 9 rushing attempts a game. Do not see nothing wrong with going to getting Josh Allen, man. Cincinnati is terrible. They got smacked last week in San Francisco. Definitely have him in a few of your lineups. 5,900. His price is too cheap. And another guy that I do like too is 55 at 5,500, Matthew Stafford. I like him a lot. If you want to go that direction with him, you definitely want to have some exposure with Galladay as stack, and maybe put Marvin Jones with him. I like him too, and be a little cheaper. Jameis Winston. He got his first win last week against Panthers. And against the Giants, defense is terrible. Jameis Winston going against the Giants, their defense is dead last against the pass rush. The Giants had the quarterback 2 and the quarterback 7 the first 2 weeks of the season. They don't have no type of defense to stop people at all, and that's the quarterbacks that I like. You know, the cheap quarterbacks that I'm telling you, the plays that I like, different quarterbacks. I'm gonna play in future lineups, the ones I'm gonna play with. Let's get to the running back position. At the running back, you got the 3 big dogs, man, the alphas: Barkley, Elliott, and McCaffrey. The one I like the most out of all of them is probably be Zeke Elliott, 8,900 against Miami, man. I feel like, the game could turn to a blowout, but if it do come to a blowout, Elliott will get probably about 20, 25 carries. So I definitely like him. I feel like he had more upside. And you do got Barkley, but just don't know how the game script will be with Jones' his first start of the season. So you never know. He's starting against Tampa Bay. They can have a game plan for him. He can have a bad game. Just never know. But Barkley is matchup proof, so I'm not gonna knock Barkley. And then you got McCaffrey at 8,700, no Cam Newton. So, the quarterback will be looking for McCaffrey. He should be highly targeted. And you got Alvin Kamara. Do not like him a lot. Without Drew Brees, is he's a different player. It's not really a guy that I'm looking for. I'm targeting any GPP lineups. I played him last week without Drew Brees. He wet the bed for me. It was pretty terrible. But this guy right here, Dalvin Cook, 7,800. Put him in your lineup, man. Dalvin Cook, the first 2 games of the season, I rushed for 100 yards back to back. He get him around 23 touches a game, man. Going against Oakland defense, 7 worst defenses of a whole, and he had dropped 31 fantasy points to 29 fantasy points. And he got a 70% snap count, man. I don't know what's wrong with this guy, man. Like, he's on another level right now, been balling out. And the other running backs, you got Ezekiel Eckler. He's still out there at 7,200. You can throw him in a few of your lineups. You want to go that direction. I think Houston's a little bit better defense. The defense he's been playing the first 2 games of the season. And you also, I think David Johnson going against Carolina, 6,800. Hurt his wrist last week, but I should feel like he should have a bounce back game. You know, things happen. That's another guy you look into. And Aaron Jones going against Denver, 6,100. Man, he had a good game last week. Man, got over 20 plus carries. He was real productive. I played him in my season long league. Came through for me. And also, I think a good value play against New Orleans is Chris Carson. I mean, he had a bad game last week, but I feel like he can redeem himself. He's getting around six yards a carry going against New Orleans. Defense is not that good. I definitely will have some exposure to him. And another running back that I do like at a cheaper price, Shady McCoy. I don't know. I know he's gonna get some lot clock tomorrow. Williams is out, so you want to look at a cheap running back. It's McCoy. And also McCoy's pretty cheap. Devontae Freeman, man, he's healthy this year, but it just their team been down so much. They've been passing a lot. But Devontae Freeman, he's in a good matchup going against the Colts. The allow 4 touchdowns already to running backs. They get around 6 yards a carry. So definitely like Devontae Freeman. And a lot of people probably want to stay away from him with the Smith scenario, but I'm gonna definitely have him in. And you also Frank Gore, 4,400, too cheap for a starting running back. Gonna get 20 plus carries against Cincinnati. I think Gore had a good matchup because the Bengals just allowed 269 yards last week and 3 touchdowns against the 49ers. I think Gore, man, the guy's old, but he still got the juice. Still running the ball like a young guy, so I definitely like him. Then the backs that I like for tomorrow. Let's get to the receiver play. At the receiver, man, this is the first time all the top receivers are under 8K, man. Like Hopkins, Adams, Cooper. Out of the receivers I like a lot, man. I definitely like the DeAndre Hopkins at 7,800. If I do spend up for a guy, it will be him going against the Chargers. I mean, yeah, against the Chargers, man. Because last week the Chargers went against Kenny Galladay. They got roasted. So if I'm gonna pay up, I think Hopkins is definitely gonna get about 10 to 12 targets or even more. So I like Hopkins. I mean, you got Amari Cooper at 7,500. I do like him going against Miami, but just I can't predict blowouts. But if that's somebody I want to pay down for, I'm gonna definitely throw a little Cooper in my lineup. I like him a lot. And then also is Julio 7,300, man. That's so cheap. I didn't miss you, Michael Thomas, but 7,400. I'm not paying that up for you with Drew Brees. Without Drew Brees, with Teddy Bridgewater and Jason Hill, whatever the guy is, I don't feel comfortable playing that price for him. But Julio 7,300 against Indianapolis. I think that's a fantastic price for Julio. Do not see anything wrong with playing this guy. And my guy's Keenan Allen, man, target machine. I played him last week. I mean, he just had like around 98 yards receiving, but could have had more. But at the end of the day, things happen. And my favorite receiver of the slate is 6,900. It's Chris Godwin. I think he's in a good matchup going against rookie DeAndre Baker. He got killed so far. DeAndre Baker has in the slot. He's allowing 272 yards, most in the NFL. So definitely like Goodwin. I think he should feast. Right now, last 2 games, 29 fantasy points, 14 fantasy points. Then Giants give up the third most points or fantasy points of receivers. So I definitely like Chris Godwin. I think it's a good price if you want to spend down for. And also, a lot of people's not going to be on him. Sammy Watkins, man, I feel like he should get a good target share. I mean, it's the Raiders last week. He really didn't do much, but at the end of the day, you got Patrick Mahomes. Like Shannon Sharp say, that's my homeboy. So Sammy Watkins will be a guy for some good targets, man. I feel like, I'll go back to him, be a little different. And Kenny Galladay, 6,600. I'm going against the Eagles, sixth worst defense as a whole, and they give it the second most points to receivers. So definitely like him. Last game, 29 fantasy points. He had 10 targets against the Chargers. That's why I told you guys to look at DeAndre Hopkins. So Kenny Galladay is a good play. This is the first time Mike Evans is so cheap, 6,600. Man, I'm just saying, man. He might be on Janoris Jenkins, might be guarding him, but Evans, that's my guy. Definitely will have some exposure to Mike Evans if you want to go that direction. And you could look at Julian Edelman, somebody they got to throw the ball to. No Antonio Brown, so Julian Edelman is a good option. You want to go that direction with him. And the chalk of the day will be the guy I like Robertson too for the Kansas City. He had a breakout game last week. You want to go back to him? I think he's a good play you can go with. At 5,100, man, This old guy, man, Larry Fitzgerald, man. I don't know what he's been doing, man. Healthy for the first time, man. He got a quarterback that's throwing him the ball. Larry Fitzgerald, man, he's ranks top 10 in targets right now. But for the first 2 weeks, going against the Panthers, secondary is not that good. Definitely like Larry Fitzgerald 5100. I feel like he's priced for like it's too cheap, man. He's putting up numbers like wide receiver one. I like Larry a lot. Don't see nothing wrong with playing Larry though, man. Also, you can play extra $100 cheaper. Go get Christian Kirk, man. I think both of those guys are getting about 10 to 12 targets, man. Murray's like, this little guy got a like slinger out there. He just tossing the rock, but and also Emmanuel Sanders is 4,800. Definitely like Emmanuel Sanders, man. He had a towards Achilles at an older age, came back, bouncing back, balling. They were talking bad about him. Oh, I wouldn't draft him. I drafted him in a few of my leagues, man, because I know like this guy gonna bounce back. I like him a lot. And the cheapest guy, receiver wise, everybody gonna be on. If you're an Eagles fan, Eagles stand up. No Deshaun Jackson, and also no Alphonse Jeffrey. You got Nelson Aguilar, man. Probably be the chalkiest player today, man. But he's gonna be on wide receiver one tomorrow without those two guys out, so he definitely should have a good game. Them receiver plays that I do like. I'm at the tight end position. Kelsey, put him in. I'm not gonna tell you guys not to play Kelsey. He's out there. He's gonna ball out. I definitely like Travis Kelsey. And at the receiver, at the other tight end position, Zach Ertz. Like I told you, no Alphon Jeffrey, no Deshaun Jackson. Zach Ertz will be out there, man, going against the Lions. 11 worst defense overall, and they're gonna be shorthanded, so the targets will be there for this guy. And George Kittle, he's a good tight end to play, man, but he's been kind of disappointing to me lately. But Pittsburgh, they're not that good, so Pittsburgh had the worst defense overall. And I think if you want to go the direction of George Kittle, you can. Do not see the wrong with playing him. Mark Andrews, 200-yard game so far, touchdown in each games, 4,600. I feel like price too cheap. And you got Vince McDonald. Going against San Francisco, was involved in 81% of the snaps last week, scored 2 touchdowns. Um, he got 2 touchdowns for Mason Randolph, so definitely that's probably going to be one of his favorite targets. And also you got Waller against Minnesota. This guy's been producing. If you want to go be a cheaper tight end, you can go that direction with him. And then the tight ends I do like for tomorrow, and my cheaper play is Jason Witten at 3,700 and Greg Olsen. Jason Witten, he's not gonna put up big numbers, but he will give you probably a touchdown and maybe like 2 3 catches. So that at the end of the day, that'll work. Points is points. The tight end of the play is gonna be Greg Olsen, 3,700. Going against the Cardinals, they have allowed 3 touchdowns already this year to tight ends. So they're not that good. They've been getting toe up against a tight end play. So you want to go to the direction from Greg Olsen. I definitely like that a lot. And man, that's the tight end plays that I like. I'm saying I'm gonna have a lot of exposure to it tomorrow. And at the defenses, the highest defense on the slate tomorrow is the Cowboys at 4,300. They pretty high, man, but I think they're overpriced going against Miami and the Patriots. Them the two defenses that you do want to have some exposure to, because I'm thinking, Miami tanking, New York Jets is terrible. So definitely like those two defenses. And another defense that I like for tomorrow, Buffalo Bills, the defense at 3,400. You want to go a cheaper route with those defenses. That's a good play. And also Seattle defense with going against New Orleans, Teddy Bridgewater and Hill, and playing in the Seattle. They're playing in Seattle, so I definitely like them. It's gonna be loud. They got good defensive line, so I definitely like them. And also a cheap defense that want to spend some money down. I'll probably look at the 49ers defense. They've been playing pretty good. You can definitely go that route with them at 3,200. And that's probably the defense the cheapest I'm going with. And another defense, that's probably about it. There's ain't no other defenses cheap that I want to pay down for besides those right there. Because Kansas City and Baltimore's going to be a shootout when touching on those defense. Them defenses I like, man. I'm going to give you guys some sleeper plays that I did not mention in my video. I like Marvin Jones, a good matchup against Ronald Darby, who has allowed 10 receptions for over 154 at the slot. Definitely like him. And the quarterback, the cheap that I'm going to definitely have some exposure to at 4,000. He's probably gonna be chalky. The guy for Kyle Allen, 4,000. You can go throw him in your lineup and save some money. Definitely a good play. Nothing wrong with him. Just he can get you a 20 piece. He's cheap. You can go get some big alpha dogs in your lineup. Like I told you guys, Nelson Aguilar definitely be chalky. If you want to be cheap, stay in the same game. You can go get Whiteside 3,500 and Hollins 3,200. Them receivers for the Eagles. Without the other two guys, them two guys will get a lot of targets tomorrow. And also a cheap running back as sleeper play is Carlos Hyde. Like him a lot. This is your boy Rome with DFS Grade, and subscribe to my channel. Like my page, man. Just you like this video after you get done watching, just hit that like, man. That mean a lot to me. I'm just trying to get them views up, man. Just grow my brand. And hopefully this video is helpful. Follow me on Twitter at DFS Greatness on Twitter. At the end of the day, this is your Rome. It's your boy Rome back with DFS Greatness. Until next time, I'm out. Good luck, everyone. Let's get to that green line. Let's cash out. Till next time.